This short presentation explains the value of theory of change as a planning tool. We can use a theory of change to help us understand the impact of an initiative in the wider data ecosystem that it is working in. Why would you develop a theory of change? Because it helps you to build a comprehensive analysis of both how and why the change you seek is likely or not to be achieved. This little cartoon helps to illustrate the value of doing theory of change. Very often we make assumptions about doing a particular thing resulting in a particular outcome. Often that's built on assumptions. Theory of change is designed to help you break open those assumptions. How can it help you with your planning? It allows you to fill out the missing middle that was shown in that cartoon, rather than ignoring it or hoping that a miracle will occur. It's designed to help you be more explicit about the links between what a program does and how that will lead to the desired outcomes and goals that you have. Doing your own theory of change exercise will help you identify the logic of your planning and check your assumptions in order to help you be clear if you will be able to achieve your goal or if there are assumptions you're making that you need to analyze further. So let's take an example. For the mobile phone data initiative, for putting it to work for policy at the bank, there have been several success criteria identified. These include that mobile phone data is used systematically and enhances the evidence base for policy and decision making, that mobile phone data is integrated into the national data ecosystem on a sustainable basis, that mobile phone data is used responsibly for policy and statistics within a national institutional environment that has both enablers and safeguards, and that mobile phone data is enabling assessment and prediction of policy challenges. Also, that mobile phone data's users can monitor real-time progress of the SDGs. So what will it take to achieve this goal? To answer this question, we need to identify what we need to do, the activities or inputs, what we expect to happen as a result of our inputs or activities, the outputs, what we think will happen next if we do get the expected outputs, these are the outcomes. So it's a chain, a causal chain from inputs and activities to outputs, outcomes, and final impact. That is the way theory of change is designed. Let's think about what might prevent us from reaching the goal. To answer this question, we need to be able to look at things like what the causal chain of events is. Does A actually lead to B? Are there any preconditions that we need to think about, things that need to be in place in order to move forward? Are there things that we're taking for granted which must hold true but might not? So critical killer assumptions. And are there any factors in the environment that could help or hinder progress towards our goals? These are our enablers or disablers. You need to think about these at each stage of the value chain, from your inputs to outputs, your outputs to outcomes, and your outcomes to impact. All of these happen within a context, and it's important to consider how the context is going to impact the move from one level to the next. I'll give you an example. Let's say that mobile phone data is being analyzed by National Statistical Office data scientists. You could have a logic that says, if all the parties agree that the initiative should take place, then a data sharing agreement can be signed. And if a data sharing agreement is signed, then data will be received from the mobile network operator providing the mobile phone data. And if data is received and methods are available and the NSO staff have the know-how to process that data, then data analysis will be undertaken. However, There may be some killer assumptions that are sitting behind this which may be questioned. For example, you're assuming that the data is good quality, or you may be assuming that staff are available and incentivized to undertake the analysis. Also, there's an assumption that all the relevant stakeholders who need to be identified and involved in your initiative have actually been contacted and are supportive. Take a moment to think about what this tells you with regard to how you're thinking about a design of a project in your location. What are the specific inputs, outputs, outcomes, and impacts that you expect for your project? Do you have any killer assumptions in your current planning? Have you identified all the stakeholders who need to be engaged? Who might be missing? And will the activities in the existing plan lead to the outcomes that you want? What can you do to make them more likely?